What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and this is your November 1st, 2021 stimulus check update. As we're hearing, it has arrived. Take a look at this, you guys. Fourth stimulus check update, $2,000 monthly payment petition hits Congress, who is ghosting families. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but what we're hearing is we have now had 3 million signatures for this petition saying, hey, we need monthly reoccurring checks throughout the pandemic, and that means roughly 1% of the nation's population has confirmed they'd like to see these $2,000 per month checks. And they're saying, look, you're ghosting us. During the pandemic, we had 3 stimulus checks, and we've had all these studies showing that stimulus checks is the top provision that helped keep families afloat during the pandemic, and also those unemployment extension benefits as well. And now we're in the middle of negotiations for a stimulus package, and we don't see them in there. And also, you're saying there's going to be one in 2022. Will we get one in the next stimulus package in 2022? Now, take a look, you guys. We're also seeing articles coming out like this. Income inequality during the pandemic was kept under control by historic stimulus checks, study finds, and the subtitle says, if it weren't for the federal government spending on extra unemployment benefits and stimulus checks, this last recession would have been much, much worse. So you guys, we're hearing people are saying, look, we need unemployment extensions. We need stimulus checks. We're still not out of this pandemic, and people still need help, and they're saying, you're ghosting us. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But you guys, I'm going to get you caught up on these articles coming out today, November 1st, 2021, on stimulus check and unemployment extension provisions. But before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate the updates, right now I'm doing about 2 or 3 per day because there's so much information coming out as we're hearing. Congress is working away on the stimulus reconciliation package, and they're expecting to have it done tomorrow. Now, we will see. I'll keep you up to date, but there's so much coming out. These videos are rolling out, and if you appreciate them, don't forget, take a quick second, smash the like button. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm, lets them know you appreciate the updates, and they're going to continue to promote my channel and my videos. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date on all this stuff, the economic news, hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. I'll keep you up to date. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Here on YouTube, there's a ton of comments. Sometimes scammers go in the comments and they try to pose as me and they ask for your personal information and you tell you to contact them on WhatsApp. You guys, that's not me. Contact me on Instagram, okay? That's the best way to do it, and I am just here to get you caught up on the latest. So with that being said, let's do that, and let's dive right in, let you know what's happening today regarding stimulus checks. All right, you guys, so link in the description below to this article that just came out today on the stimulus checks that says, fourth stimulus check update, $2,000 monthly payment petition hits Congress, who is ghosting families. Now, the article says Stephanie Bonnin, who is the creator of the petition of the $2,000 monthly stimulus checks, is urging Congress to not ghost American families and put in the work to make the child tax credit payments permanent. So plot twist, she was the one doing the monthly $2,000 stimulus checks, but now she's saying child tax credits. Now we're going to be getting into why here shortly, but reading on, the article says, even though they're not universal payments for all eligible adults, Bonnin sees the monthly child tax credit payments as a victory because of the money that is going directly into millions of Americans' pockets each month. President Joe Biden supports making the monthly payments to parents permanent, but without action from Congress, payments end in December. Now, she wrote this on the change.org petition yesterday. Listen to this. This Halloween, let's spread the word that the scariest thing is Congress ghosting America by taking away the checks being sent directly to our families, the expanded child tax credits. The American Rescue Plan, passed back in March, increased the child tax credits from $2,000 to $3,600 for children under the age of 6 and $3,000 for children between the ages of 6 and 17. It also changed how parents receive the credit. Instead of them getting a lump sum after the person files their taxes, parents could receive that in a monthly reoccurring check between July and December. Now, the child tax credit coincides with a drop in food insufficiencies in households with children, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, and has lifted 3 million children out of poverty. Now, about a third of households used the child tax credit payment on school-related expenses, and 11% used it for childcare, according to the Census Bureau survey from last September. Members of Congress have used the data on the impact of the child tax credit to push for a continuation of the payment, but congressional battles have stalled efforts to make payments permanent. However, that could change this week. Biden's hoping that a vote on the Build Back Better plan of $1.75 trillion of social spending, that bill, will happen this week, and we're hearing they want to do that tomorrow. Now, we will see, and I'll keep you up to date here on the channel, but if passed in Congress, it would temporarily extend the current child tax credit payments through 2022. However, it's unclear if Senator Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, those two moderate Democratic senators, will get on board with the package, and without them, it's likely doomed to fail in the Senate. Now, passing the package is a signature piece of Biden's presidency, although the White House's ultimate goal is to make the child tax credit monthly payments permanent. And yes, we've heard that right now they need to pass something because Democrats are in full control of Congress, and we're hearing that historically, whenever one political party is in full control of Congress, if they do not get things done on the next elections, the power will flip to the other party as the American people are seeing things aren't getting taken care of. And right now, Republicans are banking on them not getting this done because the 2022 midterm elections are just exactly 1 year away now. And they're saying if they don't get something done, that Republicans will be in full control. Now, reading on, listen to this. Ahead of the potential vote, Bonin encouraged signatories of her petition to use Twitter to voice their support for the continuation of monthly payments. Bonin's petition originally called for $2,000 monthly payments for adults and $1,000 payments for children to help Americans shoulder the financial burden of the pandemic. By the summer, she had shifted her focus, though, to the child tax credit because there was a greater likelihood of those payments becoming permanent than another stimulus check going out. So you guys, we're hearing that Stephanie Bonin, the creator of this petition, is shifting her attention as well from a forced stimulus check to reoccurring monthly payments for parents because she's saying she believes Congress is more likely to support that than a stimulus check. However, we're going to be looking at some data here shortly that's going to be showing that out of all the provisions that have been released, the top one that has been helping families has actually been stimulus checks and then the unemployment extension. Now, reading on, it says, yes, it's not a monthly stimulus check with those words, but it's a monthly check to almost 90% of families with kids, Bonin told Newsweek. The petition was asking for money we can count on, so I see the child tax credit as a part of the success. Now, despite Congress's reluctance to send out a forced stimulus check, Bonin's petition continues to gather signatures. People are still saying they support a fourth check and reoccurring monthly checks, and is only about 60,000 signatures away from its 3 million signature goal. If it hits the goal, it'll become one of the most signed petitions on change.org's website. So you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but we're hearing the creator of the petition has shifted her attention to the child tax credit. Now, however, we're also getting data like this. Take a look, link in the description below. Income inequality during the pandemic was kept under control by historic stimulus checks, study finds. Now, the article says that during the first wave of the pandemic, the U.S. jobs market underwent unprecedented shocks. In April of 2020, the unemployment rate reached 14.8%, which was the highest rate observed since data collections began in 1948, soaring from just 3.5% in February of 2020, a huge leap of over 10% in just a single month. The worst affected were low-paying jobs, the median hourly earnings of those at $10.22, according to estimates using the pay stub generator, which comprises 44% of the country's workers. But could have been a lot worse were it not for unprecedented government intervention through stimulus and unemployment checks. And you guys, we have seen various data reports coming out saying that stimulus checks and unemployment is really what kept our economy and our American people and families afloat throughout the pandemic. Now, according to economists at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, the pandemic should have resulted in a dramatic increase in wage inequality had the federal government not stepped in with fiscal stimulus through the CARES Act and enhanced unemployment benefits. What's more, unlike other recessions, those who retained their jobs did not experience pay cuts. Now, jumping down to the article, but the $600 in additional weekly unemployment insurance provided by the federal government managed to prevent a disaster. Now, listen to this. This figure was not chosen by accident. This wasn't just arbitrarily pulled out of the sky. It is meant to provide a 100% replacement rate for the median full-time earner when combined with the standard state unemployment insurance rate, which is typically about 40%. So what they're saying is this was supposed to 100% replace the wages coming in from those who lost their jobs due to being forced to shelter in place during the pandemic. However, the policy actually overshot its goal, pushing the median replacement rate at 118%. So a lot of people were actually making more on this unemployment provision than they were when they were working full-time. In other words, unemployed people during the pandemic tended to earn more than they did when they were actually employed before the recession hit. Now, on top of that, the U.S. government had sent out 3 rounds of stimulus checks for up to $1,200, $600, and then $1,400 over the past year in response to the pandemic. Critics have found that the extra cash was too much, adding extra strain to an already over-indebted federal government. However, the researchers note that the generous unemployment and stimulus packages served to propel consumer demand during the early months of the recession. Things could have been much worse. So you guys, there's a lot of people making the argument that this free money is actually not incentivizing people to go back out and work and re-stimulate the economy naturally and help get us back on course. But economists and data is saying, no, it actually helped us stay afloat. And had we not done that, things could have been a whole lot worse. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So you guys, it looks like this petition is moving on to Congress, and we're going to be seeing if they're going to be responding to this or they're going to be ghosting the stimulus checks and unemployment extension provisions. But you guys, I will be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And as I mentioned, right now, Congress is working away on the stimulus reconciliation bill, which they're hoping to have finalized by tomorrow. Now, in addition to that, we've already heard President Joe Biden say there's going to be another stimulus package coming after this one. That's right, in 2022, and it's likely, again, going to be through the process of stimulus reconciliation, as the majority of Democrats that hold power in Congress will push these through as they unify on and agree on provisions to go out to the American people. But you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already and you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button. Just takes a second, helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to stay up to date. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I will catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.